this is a representation of the chakras in a man. What happened, we are going to see the relation between energy blockages and the energy that the chakras absorb. This may not be exactly like that, but it's a very good way to understand it. We see the chakras here absorbing energy. This is not exactly like that, but this works really well with this explanation. For example, in the heart, we can see the energy is entering the heart chakra. That means we have an open heart chakra. We feel love, happiness. We trust people. But all of a sudden, an energy blockage comes. And the energy doesn't flow. It's not that nothing flows. Less energy flows in the heart chakra. Looking on another way to look at the same situation. When we have an energy blockage in the heart, we are going to feel certain symptoms. This representation is typical of a broken heart. That pain that we feel, like if somebody stab us in the middle of the chest with an energetic knife. And we could have lung issues, fatigue, and so on. If we have an energy blockage on the second chakra, we are going to have other symptoms, also related with the sexual organs and reproductive organs because of that area. It's very interesting to know when women have been in toxic relationships, romantic relationships for a long time, usually years, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 years, their reproductive organs start disintegrating. That creates endometriosis, the excessive blood in the menstruation. And they, because of anger and holding grudge, they lose the gallbladder, then the uterus, and then the ovaries. Now, what happens when the energy blockages are removed? That's what we do with energy healing. And there are other ways that I am teaching you this so you start working in your own self-healing. What happens when the energy blockages are removed? The energy starts flowing again. This flow of energy in our chakras is restored, and we recover our wellness, our well-being. We feel well again because the energy is flowing. The energy that enters our chakras, and actually this is what happened. The energy that enters and feeds our chakras, they come from the medulla oblongata. This cosmic consciousness and energy enters the medulla oblongata as the 19 forces, elements that we saw before, and then from the medulla oblongata is distributed to all the chakras. So if there are energy blockages covering the incoming energy, well, our chakras are going to be affected. Now, each chakra feeds from energy the organs around. The second chakra, if we have an energy blockage on the second chakra, we may have digestive issues or some kind of challenges on the organs around the second chakra. If we have energy blockages on the heart, we are going to have issues in the lungs and the heart, etc. This is why it's so important to keep our happiness and love at the maximum in this crisis we are living in, so our lungs are not affected. Now, for every physical organ, guess what? We have an astral or energy organ and a causal organ. So our physical organ, for example, the liver or the lungs, get sick because there are toxic energies messing up or bothering, interfering with the energy organs and causal organs that we have. Remember that. This is the key to self-healing, to control our emotions from fear, to control our mind from toxic thoughts. We come back to this drawing, this graph, and now we are going to see very clear all the energy enters, the energy that makes our body alive to move and have all these activities, these functions, assimilation, circulation, the senses, the intelligence, everything enters through the medulla oblongata. But what happens when we develop an energy blockage? For example, partially blocking the taste and smell. This is what happened with the bug that we have around in 2020 and 2021. I gave many distance energy healing sessions to people who had fever from the bug. The next day, fever was gone and they recovered the taste and smell. Yes, it's as easy as that. So if we develop an energy blockage in those two forces that feed our taste and smell, for example, it could be hearing and sight, that energy cannot enter into our medulla oblongata and they cannot go through our senses. If we develop an energy blockage on the locomotion, we may have challenges to move or procreation, to procreate. There are many young people that cannot make a baby because the sperms are not healthy. It's because those energy blockages are obstructing the energy to enter our body through the medulla oblongata. If we develop an energy blockage in the crystallization, well, we don't have the capability to heal, for example. We have a cut and takes a long time to heal, or to heal something, an organ that has been affected, or for bones to weld together, because the energy is not flowing. Or, for example, in the metabolization, we cannot transform the nutrients in energy to move our body. And this energy again is obstructed to enter our body. If we have an energy blockage on the intelligence energy or on the mind, what happens? We may have the energy doesn't flow through those two important elements that we have, the mind and the intelligence. We may have memory problems and some other things related to the mind and the intelligence. So now we understand why I was saying from the beginning that we need to heal from the inside out. What does it mean? We need to heal our emotions, our mental thoughts, mental activities, to have a sound and well-rounded, healthy physical body.